Alright, I guess I'll have to do that. But for those of you that don't know, this is an instructional video on how to use D-Scan and combat probe scanners to find people quickly, effectively, and if you got a covert ops cloak, without them finding you. I got a buddy in the next system in a Tengu. We're gonna scan them down and we're gonna warp in on them. So let's see how quickly we can find him here. I don't know where he is, so this should be interesting. Alright, I'm coming in. Let's see if I can find you. Alright, we're gonna do scanning. Scanner's pulled up. I'm just gonna pull that up real quick. Take a look at the system. Do a quick scan, and we see right there's a Tengu. So what we're gonna do is right here, we're going to quickly, I guess the easiest way for do this if you're starting out, warp to the sun. And what we're going to do here is we're going to quickly warp to the sun. We're going to drop cloak the combat scanner probes. We're going to cloak. We're going to move those probes way out here. And we're going to do a scan out there, and that will send those probes way outside the D-scan of anyone that can, well, no one will be able to D-scan them. So we'll be able to use those later and won't have to decloak launch scanning probes once we get to that step.
You're not cloaked, are you?
Yeah, I'm cloaked right now. Doing it like I'm looking for you. Okay. So now we are going to take our angle and we're going to take it to 180 and we can see him. So do a scan and we're just going to bring this around till we don't see him. And you can see all the little things down here highlighted. These are all the different things that we have selected that we can scan. So we're just going to take this and we're going to move our camera so that these are scanned and this one isn't. We're going to do the scan. So just in that little bit, that has told us that is the high probability that he's here. So we're going to click this planet, and then we're going to go up here to selected items, and we're going to click track. And I'm going to track that specific location. Now we're going to decrease angle to 30 degrees, and there we can see a Tengu with Sister Core scanners out. He must be looking for me, but he's not going to find me. And now we are going to just ensure that, and we're going to bring down the distance. He's still there. And now you see it's not highlighted. Our scan came up a little bit short, and now we can't see him. So we're going to bring that back to 10 AU. We're going to bring that down to 5 degrees of scan, and we know for a fact he is there. So now we're going to go and grab those combat scanner probes that we hid earlier. And now we can go ahead and drop them right on top of that little area. And we never had to uncloak to drop them. So he never saw us when we came in the gate, hopefully. If they're not using D-scan continuously, they will not see you. So we're going to make sure that is at the smallest probe size of 0.5 AU, around that area. We're going to check our filters. We're going to filter for exclusively ships, and we are going to perform our scan. I'm going to scan that area, and we're just going to go ahead and get aligned so we can warp more quickly. Alright, so we have the Tengu scan. Now we're just going to warp to. And we should pop down right on top of them. And that's how to get your scan, get your offensive scan, your D-scan, figure out where they are really quickly, and have your probes ready to launch on top of them really quickly. And so you kind of do all the steps, and there he is. Let's go say hi, shall we? And we should decloak in a second. We're within decloaking range. And we're going to go bump him. Just going to stay cloaked. We get really close. And we're clean cloaked. Ah, I'm attacking you. Ah. have that bump, good sir.
Oh, damn.
And that's how you find someone really quickly with probe scanners. I didn't have my button held down all the time, so you probably didn't hear all of that. Sorry, Purse. But I guess I'll hold it. So that's how you find them really quickly. You come into a system, you drop your probes, you send them really far out so no one can see you, you cloak, warp to the sun, figure out where they are using the 180 method, kind of rotating until they fall out of view, bring them back into view, kind of figure out looking at where what's highlighted and what's not highlighted as you're spinning, then track that specific target or specific area of space where you think he may be, and then you hit track in your selected menu, and then you bring down the angle and the range to figure out exactly where they are, and then you can drop scanning probes on top of them. And that's how it's done. So I guess I'll end the video. Alright, welcome to part 2. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult because instead of being on a belt or a planet or something physical like a beacon or something that you can warp to, he is just out in open space somewhere. So we're going to go in and find him. We're going to use the same method where we go in, drop scanners, cloak, hide the scanners, go to the sun. The sun is normally the easiest place to pinpoint from because you can look out from there over the whole system. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to jump in the system. Okay. Alright off we see a caracal. That's not a Tengu. That's not what we're looking for here. So we're going to look at what we have here. Okay. So cloaked. We are going to warp 100 off the sun. As soon as we're launch scanner probes, we're going to cloak. We're going to quickly move these scanner probes so that they can't be scanned. Seems like we have some more people in here. This may make it a little bit more difficult. And we also have that caracal to deal with. Damn you, Dewisted Tick. Okay, so we're going to do another scan. We see a Proteus and something else. It's not what we're looking for. You're not cloaked, are you?
I am. Whoops, sorry.
You can't. That's decloak.
Sorry.
Alright, there we go. Okay, now video can continue. Well, you obviously can't find a cloaked target, but now he's uncloaked, so we can see the Tengu. And I kind of already know, because we prearranged this, that he's not going to be on anything. So we're going to go ahead and go to that 150 scan, and we're going to go to a top-down view of our system map. And we're going to kind of use this to figure out where we're looking. And we're just going to move the circle. Oh, there we go. So we're going to start moving back. So, move a little bit this way. And we see him on scan. We move a little bit this way. And we don't see him on scan. That tells me that he is somewhere in here. Over in this area. So now we're going to drop the scan down to 90 degrees. And we're going to move in that direction. Perform another scan and we see him. We're going to alter our view so that we're kind of looking in the direction. And we're going to bring it down even more to about 30 degrees. Okay, we don't see him. So we're going to kind of look down here, nothing. Look down here, nothing. Just kind of probe around until we find him. He's around here somewhere. Is he up a little bit higher maybe? Higher? Oh, we found him. Okay, so we know he's somewhere around there. So now we're just going to move a little bit to the right. We still see him. A little bit more to the right. Still see him. A little bit more to the right. Still see him. Here we're going to move that a bit more. A little bit more. Still see him. A little bit more. We're just kind of figuring out there. We're just going to kind of figure out. Okay, so we see him there. That means he's somewhere on this side of the scan. So we're going to kind of move that. So we're going to look at that right there, and we're going to move it to the center kinda. And we're going to bring it down again. And we still see him. That's awesome. That makes this really easy. Now we're going to find his range. So we're going to bring it down to 10 AU. We see him at 10 AU. Bring it down to 5 AU. We don't see him anymore. Now we're just going to kind of bring up the AU because we know he's in open space. We want to get a more precise pinpoint on his ass. Scan. Oh, there we go. Scan. Okay. So you know he is below 7 AU. Doing a scan. Okay. So we know he is like right on the tip out here somewhere. So we could probably try and bring it down. Is that too much? Yeah, it's too much to ask for. Okay. So now we're going to grab the combat probe scanners that we hid again. And we're going to place them right there on the tip of this scan. Now, we're kind of in a bad spot here because we don't have a more complete scan, a 5 AU, so we're going to have to bring this to about 2 AU so that the entire end of this is covered. Now, this is probably going to be 2 scans, so we're going to have to be really quick about it, hit one after another, bam, bam. And we're going to start scanning. And now the probes are going to move into place. And if he is watching D-scan, there's and he's continuously watching it, there's a high probability he may see this, but if he's not continuously checking it, he won't catch this. Okay, so we got the strategic cruiser. Now we're going to bring it up. We're going to bring it over. We're going to check it one more time, get a vertical, and we're going to collapse it down on top of him because we got a 74% scan. That's pretty good. Especially on a strategic cruiser like this, because they have larger strategic cruisers you can normally get in two scans. And there he is, and we're going to go warp on top of him. And so that took a little bit longer because he was in open space, but we found him pretty quickly. And we're going to pull those scanner probes back in so that he does not pick them up on D-scan. You do not want your probes to be out any longer than they have to be. Pull those things back in fast. Keep them close. Don't let anyone see that you have combat scanners if you can help it. And we're going to go back to 360 and 14 AU just to check and make sure no one else is coming in. And there he is. And we see him. And we're going to go bump him to make sure he can't align out. No aligning. Bump him so we can't align out. Oh, he's not even trying. We got this, boys! Ah! Alright. So that's how you find someone that's literally, you can see now, we're in the middle of nowhere space. This was obviously a safe point that was set up, and we scanned them out of it. So that's how that works, and you can do it quick without them knowing that you're combat scanning for them. Well, I hope this was instructional. Go out there and practice it on mining fleets, orcas, porpoises, just around in HiSec to kind of get a feel for it. And you'll get it down quickly. Only takes a matter of time. And that's it.